Yo, what up guys, it's your boy here, Yuki.
And Fudo Yusei.
And today, as you guys can see in the title, we're going to be talking about duels and how we're going to approach duels from this moment on. As you can see, it says scripted duel with a question mark, which means we're going to be talking about whether or not we're going to be doing scripted duels and the decision we made and how we're going to approach this, because this is very important for the channel. So, to start us off, yes, we will be doing scripted duels from this moment on. We've been trying really hard for months to have these natural duels where we don't have to script them, but it becomes very, very difficult to do so for many, many reasons. We can't really control the outcome of certain duels, so it really does make it difficult to come up with an amazing duel. My boy Yusei Fudo is going to describe one of the reasons or two of why it's so difficult to have these duels unscripted. So.
I mean, for one, it takes too long of a preparation. It's just like trying to get a good starting hand, and the fact that it's inevitable to actually get a good duel throughout the whole duel, you know. Because the thing is that, you know, as a lot of you already know, the channels that we have is more of an anime channel, but we try to keep it as close to the anime as possible. And if anybody does see the anime, you know that they have like awesome duels. So we want to do the same thing in a sense. So that's why we want to do the scripted duels, because at this moment at least we could have a better control what cards come out and, you know, what cards to play at what time and everything, and it makes it entertaining. That way you're not sitting there for like freaking minutes and even hours trying to see if the guy's gonna do something or not, you know? Like, at least with the scripted duels, you're gonna always get a guaranteed epic duel. Like, you're always gonna get a fun, interesting duel. And all the characters that we have so far, we put them against each other, and it's always going to be an epic duel because the duels are scripted. As well as the card choosing, you know, before when we were doing it unscripted, we wouldn't really know if certain cards would work in the duel and how they would play out. So it was very difficult, you know, to make sure that the duels were perfect in the sense that it was fun, entertaining, and it wasn't so time consuming. But now with the scripted duels, we can make sure that we know what cards will work well in that duel against whatever characters and against each other, and how the duel will play out. And that way it's much easier on us, and that way we can also have a consistent amount of duels and you know, just epic duels for the channel for y'all to see in a consistent, you know, manner, like, you know, every week or 2 weeks, depending on our situation. But it will be more consistent. That's the good thing. So that's another reason why, you know, the scripted duels, I feel like it's gonna be a big impact in our channel, and it's gonna be fun for y'all guys. So that way, when y'all, you know, whenever y'all recommend or have a request for a certain character, we can always 100% give you that epic duel with that character. So yeah, so my boy Judai will explain more and other stuff that he might have in his mind.
So, going back to the whole time-consuming part, as you guys know, we've talked about this before. We live very far away from each other. He lives in New York and Manhattan, and I live in New Jersey. So we live pretty far away from each other. So we don't get to see each other very often. Maybe once every 2 weeks, sometimes once every month or 2 months. So, you know, it depends on free time and how much money I have to go over there and for them to come over here. So it becomes very difficult. And when I come over to visit them, you know, well, it's usually for fun, but when they come over here, it's more for business, and we only have a certain amount of time. So let's say they get here 12, 1, or 2 o'clock or so, and they have to leave around 10 or so to get on the bus to go back. That leaves us like 8 hours to make sure that we have the videos that we want recorded for the duels. And it ends up being super difficult because even if we script like the first hand or the first 2 turns, which is one of the techniques we try, we're like, all right, let's script the first few turns in the first hand, and then after that every single card was going to be random, and we basically just go with the flow. And that worked the first time only, with the first Judai versus Yusei duel. That worked that time very well. and
we got really lucky.
We got super lucky, and that's pretty much the only reason why it worked. We got super lucky, and every time we tried after that with other duels, it just became very, very difficult and stressful, and we would end up redoing the same duel over and over again, replaying those first 2 turns or 3 or 4 turns, and then every card would be random after that. And because we didn't have control of what happened next, it made it super difficult. One time I would draw a really good hand, or I would draw a really good card, or he would draw a really good card, and the other wouldn't, and then it'd be hard to like navigate between that because it wouldn't be epic. So it just took a lot of hours and repetition, and in the end we still couldn't even come up with a really, really great duel. So we want it to always be good, as you said. So that's why it's very time consuming, and we only have a certain amount of hours, and then we can only record videos, like I said, once every 2 weeks or once every month or 2 months whenever we see each other. It's very difficult. We don't have a lot of time. So this will help you guys to see more videos on our channels, while also helping us because we don't have to worry about trying to come up with a really great duel, because we'll have a duel that we work on together scripted out, so it's always going to be perfect, it's always going to be good. And we're not saying that if you try these decks out that it's impossible for you to have an epic duel. Obviously you can, but in a short amount of time we can't guarantee that every duel is going to be epic, so we have to do it scripted. But you know, just keep that in mind. That's pretty much the main issue, and we really need to do these scripted duels to save time for us, to bring out more videos for you guys so you guys could enjoy. And it's mostly for you guys, and it'll help me to edit my videos faster and stuff, but we already have things prepared and planned out, and we're not wasting so much time, and then we can record other videos after that. So it's just better off that way.
Yeah, and you know, to add on that, I mean, the good side to it is that although the duels are scripted, that doesn't mean, like my boy Judai said, that the decks aren't playable. We do script the duels, but we try to make sure that the decks are playable, in the sense that even if the duel wasn't scripted, you still can have a good match, like if you were to use it. Obviously not competitive, because these are character decks, but you know, if you were to pin against another character deck or whatever, it would still do good because the decks are still consistent. It's just that we're scripting it so that way it works more like how in the anime, you know, the anime has like these great duels, and usually the duels don't take that long, but because of all the talking and all that, they make it that long. But besides the point, the decks are still playable, the decks are still good, the decks, you can still play with them and you can still use them, even though the duels are scripted. So that's the good thing about these duels, and us, on top of the fact that we, like, although we can't see each other, we still communicate with each other, whether through Facebook or through the phone or whatever, and we plan ahead, so that way when we do meet, we have everything prepared, so that way we don't have to take even more time to try to come up with something. So that's another good thing. So the fact that we'll have more videos up for you guys, it's better for y'all, the fans, and for us as well, because that way it's less work. You know, he's usually doing all the technical work. Yeah, I'm usually supposed to be doing that, but no, he does it. So he's more of the guy who works on the duel and makes it, you know, so that duel looks epic with the sound effects and all that. You know, if I had that same, you know, knowledge of computers and stuff, I would be helping him in that, but I don't. So I'm mostly, we'll have way more videos out, but I do help out with like the cards and stuff like that. So cards that we need, that we're missing for certain character decks and stuff, that I can help because I have, you know, that capability of doing so. But this is just for y'all guys, so we can make more videos out for you guys, and always 100% always gonna be epic. So, you know, even when y'all give a request, we can still always have an epic duel, you know, and we can always change the outcome of the duel. Like example, we pin Yugi versus Kaiba, you know, if we want Yugi to lose, he will freaking lose because we have that control. But it would be an epic duel.
And regardless, you still wouldn't know, because we wouldn't give away the answer. Even if it's scripted, only we know everything that's going on. So you, the viewer, you're only gonna see everything that's happening. So you're gonna be seeing the play-by-play. You don't know what moves we decide to go with, what combos. You don't know who we decided to become the victor or what's the final move. So at the end of the day, even if it's scripted, you guys are still gonna enjoy it, because you guys are don't know what's gonna happen. You guys don't know the outcome. You don't know the play-by-play and everything.
Yeah.
So scripted or not, you know, it's still going to be a very entertaining duel. Just like when you go and watch Yu-Gi-Oh! In the TV or on the computer or whatever, and you watch the episodes, you don't know what's going to happen, but obviously the writers already have something specifically planned out for the character to win, combos, and all that stuff. So it's the same thing as watching the TV show. You know it's scripted, but you still enjoy it because you don't know what's going to happen next, and it's still exciting, and it's back and forth, and it's intense. So that's what we're trying to create. We're trying to create that experience from the TV show.
Yeah, unless you're used to it, you always win. No, I'm playing.
Unless we script you to lose.
Fuck you, right? No. No, I'm playing. But nah, that's the whole plan about it. So we can definitely have more videos out there for you guys.
Yeah, so we're going to be working on a lot of scripts, a lot of duels. We already have 2 that we already wrote down, 2 scripts. 1 other script that we had for a while. We're working on many duels, fan requests, fantasy duels, a bunch of other stuff. So a lot to look forward. We just wanted to have this video to share with you guys so that you guys know what's going to be happening from now on and how we're going to approach doing our duels from now on. And it will be scripted. And yeah, we're gonna be playing the part. We're gonna be acting.
Yeah,
we're gonna be so even when you're watching, you probably won't even tell because we're gonna be acting the part as if we were dueling normally and we didn't know what was going on. So it'll be good. It'll be fun.
And a few surprises that are on the way. We have we won't tell you what it is, but we do have 2 character decks that we're completing, which will be our first 2 villains of all the characters that we have.
Yes.
We won't tell you who it is, so we will post it out when the time comes, but we will have that for you guys, and it will be our very first 2 villains of all the character decks we have, and hopefully we can get more villain decks, because, you know, too much heroes is like, you know, sorry. Too much protagonists kind of, you know, drown us a little bit, so we need a little more villains in there, and we will have duels with those characters too, so stay, you know, tuned to the channel, and from here on out, expect 100% of the duels like my boy Jude out here.
All the time. Alright, thank you guys for watching, we really appreciate it.
So, riding duel, acceleration!
Gotcha!